Becoming a space pirate is no easy task, and in this game, you'll need to take command of your own pirate ship and blast off to the rings and the moons of Saturn. The high seas are no match for the adventure that awaits you and your crew as you race against rivals and battle for resources and treasure. First, set up the game according to the setup rules for your player count. Different number of players will have slightly different setup rules, so you'll need to reference the rulebook. The game takes place over a total of 7 rounds, and there will be 5 phases within each round. The phases are the fold phase, the equip phase, the sail phase, the fight phase, and the ship-shape phase. In the fold phase, at the start of the round, each player passes their folding board to the player on their left. Then they have 10 seconds to choose a fold side that they would like to assign to their infinity board. The first player is responsible for the countdown from 10, but remember, you're pirates and you don't play fair, so you can count as fast or as slow as you'd like, as long as it's loud and clear to the other players that you are counting down. Once the players have chosen a side, then they place the folding board flat on the table with the board side face up, to the side that they wish to activate. They keep it covered with both of their hands. When all pirates have decided, or when time runs out and the player's forced to leave a random side face up, the players reveal their assigned folding boards. Then the equip phase takes hold. After all players have revealed their folding board, it's time to equip in preparation for battle. Starting with the sword icons, each player counts how many swords are showing on their board, and the player or players with the most will gain 1 sword card, because in this game, ties are friendly. If only one player has the highest total, then they'll be given a bonus sword card. This process then repeats for both guns and cannons, so let's arm up, parties. After this is done, it's time for all players to compare Jolly Rogers. The highest player gets 1 Jolly Roger token. On the bottom is a special one-time use ability that is kept secret from the other players. In this case, if there is a tie, no one receives the Jolly Roger. After all of that sorting things out, the players may set sail for their next destination. All players compare their sail icons on their folding board. Each player then announces their total and can simply hold up their hand with a number if they'd like. Then the players or player with the most sails is then given 1 movement point. The captain's wheel card can be used to gain additional movement. Then move on to comparing blue engines. However, only compare these between players who have not yet moved. The player with the most blue engines gets 2 movement points. Finally, let's compare pink engine boosters. And as you might have guessed, once again we only compare engines between all players who have not yet moved, and the player with the most pink boosters is granted 3 total movement points. If a player has been given 0 movement points after the movement has been determined, then they're given a captain's wheel card from the top of the deck, and they may spend it that turn to move, but they don't have to. Now, let's go over how to use these points. Moving from one moon to another moon costs 1 movement point. If you're traveling from an inner moon to an outer moon, that's 1 space path away. However, if it's from an inner moon to a distant outer moon, that's going to be 2 movement points away. If the player is moving from an inner moon to another inner moon, then they must always go the direction of the ring. Moons only have room for up to 2 ships at a time, and ships may never end on a space path. If 2 ships are on the same moon, then the fight phase begins. During the fight phase, if a ship is alone, they plunder the moon for 1 reward of their choice, either a resource token, a planet map, or a skill upgrade token. The player must pay any 1 weapon card to plunder. Skill cards are limited and don't refresh throughout the game, so they're valuable. Similarly, map tokens do not refill. If 2 ships are at a moon location, then they must engage in a fight. Every fight has 2 laws as listed on the planet, limiting what items that the players can play and the number of cards that they can play. For example, if the battle is on Pandora, then only cannon cards may be played, and players may only play 1 card at a time. However, if it's on Prometheus, then the players may only use a total of up to 1 sword, 1 gun, and 1 cannon, and they may only play 1 card at a time. Captain's wheel cards can be used as wild cards for battles. During battle, cards are played back and forth. However, a player can choose to stop fighting at any time. If they don't fire at all, they receive no reward. However, the victor of the battle is given 3 rewards of their choice from resource tokens, maps, wheel cards, or skill upgrades. And the loser, provided they contributed at least 1 shot, is given 2 rewards of their choice from the remaining booty left on the planet. When taking a reward, a player may take a captain's wheel card instead of the other rewards, bearing in mind that some of the captain's wheel cards have a 0 value. And pirates beware of the evil space albatross. If a player wins by more than 1, they attract a space albatross relative to their win margin. They give the players negative points at the end of the game, and they're only ever attracted to players who win by their exact margin. It's your duty as a pirate to shame the players with these characters in front of them. And remember, it's always better to have fought and lost than it is to have avoided a fight at all. So gear up for battle. After all battles have been executed and the rewards taken, it's time for the shipshape cleanup phase. Add 1 random resource token to each moon, pulled out 1 at a time from the resource bag. If there are more Jolly Roger tokens available, then start a new round. If there are not, then the game ends and the scoring begins. Then everyone counts their points on their plundered resource tokens, their planet maps, and they score the 3 scoring cards on the display. Subtract points for Evil Space Albatross still flying with you, and the winner of the game is the player with the most points. This game plays extremely fast and is a title that will leave you wanting to play it again and again. So if you love real-time games with lighthearted conflict, then this might be the game for you. Thanks so much for watching, and please tell us below in the comments what your pirate name would be. Be bold, play games, be you. Happy gaming! Are you having fun? Why did you get up here?